Me and David Tell shared an office, and we're getting nothing done. It's 2 a.m, and just Farley walks in, and we're way at one end of the building. It's the whole floor of 30 Rock, and Farley just comes in at 2 a.m. and is like, "What are you guys doing?" And we said it the same. How weird is this? We both say these words together like creepy twins. "We'll pay you $100 to take a shit out the window." Like that's crazy. We said that at the same time. Farley goes, "Give me the money first." So we give him $100. He lifts up this window, and he stands. It's the 17th floor. He stands on the window ledge. The window is on the back of his neck. The only thing out, his body's outside.
But literally, his neck is holding. Like he could. Yeah,
he could fall to his death.
No, but I'm saying he's not gonna, because just the neck strength is like.
It was dicey, and we were laughing like we were on mushrooms because we were on mushrooms.
Okay.
And then finally, it was obvious right away that Chris did not have to shit at all. He's but our money's in his pocket. He's purple from effort, veins, snot bubble, and it's Farley. So he's doing the yeah. And then after like 3 minutes, which doesn't seem like a long time, but when somebody's on a window ledge on the 17th floor, this little nugget falls out of his butt into the window onto my desk. And I go, "You got to give me my money back. That's not out the window."
Oh, God.
And he's like, "Really?" And he didn't have anything to wipe his butt with.
Yeah.
So he wiped his butt with his hands and then proceeded to chase David Tell and I around 30 Rock going with shit hands like a zombie. And he walked real slow, like he committed to like an Abbott and Costello Frankenstein. And I'll never forget, David Tell and I are David Tell smokes 5 packs a day. He's this little nerdy guy, and you know, I'm like 2 years removed from wrestling competitively. We are even in this hallway, but there's a bookshelf against the wall, so it's only single file is going to make it. So we're trying to outrun each other to get first because we don't want to get, Frankenstein dog shit hand. People shit. So my right shoulder hits the bookshelf. It comes out. My shoulder comes out.
No.
I land on my back. I have the wind knocked out of me. I open my eyes, and Farley's above me going, and I go, "You asshole, I broke my shoulder." He goes, "Really?"
Oh.
And he was really concerned for me. And I got up and I just ran home.
Oh, jeez.
I just ran outside trying to...
With a separated shoulder.
It was bad, yeah.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
I've never told that story on this. The motivational speaker sketch.
Sure.
It was supposed to be David Spade. It was all in Spanish. Like, "Children, I've sent to the United States for a motivational..." Michael McKean was a Mexican landowner. And the whole sketch is in Spanish. For Farley but Spade would be at like model parties in Manhattan, and he would call in because he was supposed to come back and rehearse. He'd be like, "Just put Jay in it."
Really?
So I got into like a bunch of great sketches because Spade was like hitting on chicks.
That's amazing.
And so I'll never forget. I'm wearing like a Farrah Fawcett T-shirt, and I got this black wig, and it's me and Moena Banks. And Michael McKean's our dad. He's like, "Children, I'm at my wit's end with you. I've called the United States for a motivational speaker. He's been in the basement eating cocoa leaves for 3 hours." And he comes up and he's like, "Gracias, Padre." And he goes, "Senor Foley, both my children and I speak excellent English." He goes, "Padre, don me por favor enferme ton gran yapper." Shut your flan hole.
Flan hole.
So I go, "Senor Foley, where'd you learn your Spanish? Taco Bell?" And he goes, "Well, es el muy cómico. Es el Paul Rodriguez, no? It's Paul Rodriguez. Paul Rodriguez." And he wouldn't stop until it became like really uncomfortable. And he would rub your head, like you touch a little kid's head, like your dad, like, "Hello, William." But he would do it to make your wig come off.
Oh, that's awesome.
So your wig's sliding off of your head.
Yeah.
And you don't know whether to adjust it or not. It's live TV. And he knew when the camera was only on you. And he would say, "Young fella." And he would cross his eyes.
Jeez.
Like his awareness of the cameras
that's awesome.
was supernatural. He knew when the camera wasn't on him. And he would cross his eyes and go, "How about you? Oh, you want to be a matador?"
Jeez. I remember
and
watching.
He's just trying to break you.
Yeah, and then in between dress and air, you go into Lauren's office and you review what gets cut, what's still in, and little notes with lighting and this. And Jay, Lauren would say, if we could not laugh, that would be terrific. And I'm like, bro, my fucking wig is on my ear. Jeez. How about you, young fella? We got Bill Shakespeare over here. Is that Paul Rodriguez? Is that Paul Rudd? Just muy comico.
Jesus Christ.
Give me my thank you, Pepperboy, again.
Thank you, Pepperboy. That was the perfect amount of pepper.
So MADtv, how do you get the MADtv audition?
They started recasting some people after the second season, and then the casting office that did it had seen me on a bunch of sitcom stuff, and I was acting and things. And then I got called in, and I didn't. And
what was your audition?
I read some of their material. I did some of my own stuff. Like they were like, do monologues and like have characters and shit. So I had a couple things.
What characters did you do?
I did a Bob Newhart one-sided phone call of, you remember when, remember the Jenny Jones show?
Yeah.
And so there would be like some like domestic abuse thing. And then they would say at the end of the show, if you or someone you know is dealing with domestic abuse, please call this number. So it was a guy calling in about domestic abuse, but he was the abuser, right?
Always.
So he's the husband.
Domestic abuse is always funny.
Hilarious right away. And it was the 90s. And so he's telling the segment producer about how he's been, hitting his wife and shit and throwing her down the stairs.
And he wants to be on, he
wants to be on the show. He's like setting it up, but he's very matter of fact about what he did. And then I didn't know that they wanted me to do impressions in the first audition. And they were like, what impressions you got? And look, I was fortunate enough to be acting from a younger age and shit. So I had impressions, but they weren't, like I wasn't doing stand-up and stuff. So I didn't do impressions in any sort of organized way. So I did some impressions.
You want to catch your breath for a minute? Fuck it.
I did take a big old breath there.
I'm going to go for a swim.
Let me tell you about it. I'm going to go for a swim.
Jesus, are you okay?
I'm going to be fine. It's the foot. It's my foot.
Pepperboy wore you out?
Yeah. I haven't breathed since I did Pepperboy. I want you to know that. Now I need to fucking take a breath. And it was right from, that's a perfect amount of pepper. So MADtv, I was there. Ari Spears, man, he's funny. He's fucking funny guy. Rui Branio, like Mr. That guy. And the thing was, I didn't know I was supposed to do impressions. So then I didn't make...
You look like a bass on the deck of my boat. just trying to get him out. I'm like, I think Will's having a heart attack. Debra Wilson, I worked with. You worked with her on MADtv. I always really liked her.
Deborah, in my opinion, is MADtv. She was their first hire. She's like this method sketch comedian. No, truly. No, not on purpose. Not on purpose. Oh. Not like... I have a process. There's no process. She's not in control of that. But when she was doing Whitney Houston, which is like the funniest impression.
She smoked a lot of crack?
She would have to smoke a lot of crack. No, she just like became Whitney Houston. Like she was like so all in, and that was her. She had to do it that way or else she couldn't get into it. But if you run into her, she'll be like, I am blessed. I am abundant. The universe is beautiful. You are this. Yeah. And you start to go like, all right, calm down, But that's truly her. The second week I was there, she tried to breastfeed me. I remember she pinned me. I used to always sit on this fucking couch and just watch TV until I had ideas to talk to the writers about. And I had no friends, and so I was just sit there. Yeah. But she comes up and takes her whole tit out of her mouth unannounced.
Takes her tit out of her mouth.
Yeah, it was in her mouth. And she takes her tit out of her shirt and puts it in my mouth. And she's like, "You need mama's milk, baby. You need some of mama's milk." And I was like,
you were new.
Yeah. I was like, and finally, and you get.
She put her nip in your mouth.
She had her fucking big tits in my.
Thank you, breast milk lady.
Thank you, breast milk, Debra Wilson.
Well, thank you, chocolate drop.
Yeah, she scares the shit out of everybody. But then once you have been there, you love watching everyone else get uncomfortable. We had horrible bits, like the things that I can't even imagine, like shit mummy, things that we would do. We did this horrible bit for years, just behind the scenes, of I'm in the KKK and she's my girlfriend, and she's like trying to have sex with, trying to seduce me, and she'd be like, "Daddy, I love you. I love you." Get the fuck away from me, you fuck.
Don't say it.
Yeah. and we would go, and then the
You
whole.
think she was into race play in real life?
It all makes sense. And then she would get up on me and stuff, and the whole thing was like, "I hate you, I hate you," but he's having a good,
You're really explaining a sexual tension.
Yeah, she had it with everybody, I think.
It was at the Laugh Factory, and Dice was going to work clean. You never heard this?
No.
This is so
So he's on stage, he's doing bits, and he's bombing, but it's Dice. So I'm completely invested. Dane, I think Dane was with me, and Eric Dane. And he's like, so my kids want to go to the park, and they're like, let's bring the bikes. I'm like, I go, you don't bring bikes to the park. They got slides and swings. You go out, you run around. They're like, but we want to bring the bikes. So I'm putting bikes in the car. I got grease. I'm the Dice Man, covered in grease. We get to the park, and what happens? They run out of the car. They're on the swings. They're on the slides, and I'm standing there like a jerk going, oh, what about the bike? And there is, when I tell you silence, it is silence. He goes, what about the bikes? Nothing. He looks down in the front row. He goes, you big-titted animal. And everybody laughs. I look at Dane. I'm pretty sure. I look at Dane. I go, we just watched a man die. Like a part of him must have died.
That is so
Like,
fucking.
I'm like, what about
them bikes?
So just make sure, if you reach out to me or Will Sasso or Joe, just make sure you write, what about the bikes? You big-titted animal.
Thank you for that.